And on we go. It's episode 52 of the Rated RR podcast. Rish Roshan right here, along with Ziaul Raushan. And I am delighted to say we are joined by two members of our Singapore women's national team, Farhanah Ruhaizat and Izzati Rosni. Farhanah, Izzati, I don't want to hear from Ziaul Raushan. I'm just changing it around because both of you are our special guests, so he can keep quiet for a while. I just want to find out from the both of you, how are you all doing? Let's start with Izzati.
Oh, I'm doing great. Just training every day. So here and there, just take it slow and rest.
And Farhanah, what about you?
Doing great. I mean, Ramadan has been a challenge for me, but so far, we've been training, as mentioned by Izzati, it's been good. We've been very amazing for the past few training.
Roshan, may I speak now?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Teacher has given you permission.
Thank you. So I'm married to one, so I know the protocol. So guys, girls, it's been great having you on the show. You talk about training, you talk about Ramadan. I have to talk about the recently concluded Tri-Nations. How good must it have felt to be playing international level football again? Izzati, again, we start with you.
I think because we had a long break because of COVID, right? And then the last year, finally we get to play at Tajikistan. And then also the recent competition is the Tri-Nation. I think it's really amazing to finally, and also when you got called out and represent the nation, and of course donning the jersey is really an honor, and the feeling to get to play is really, it's very proud.
Yeah, it must have been brilliant and a proud moment. Farhanah, I'm sure you felt the same way, along the similar lines. You had quite a bit of game time as well.
Yeah. I mean, having to be playing back again for after a long time is really amazing. Sometimes I forgot how it feels like to even play with a crowd. I'm like, oh my god. Then okay, but it's been very good with trainings and all. I mean, trainings also we got play matches and all, but it's not the same as how we've been playing. With spectators coming and watching us and all. So to me, honestly, it's been very, very, very amazing. It feels very good to be back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was fascinating because you mentioned crowd in there as well, and that's actually where we wanted to sort of go to. And the crowd, from what I understand, 2,344 in attendance in the game against Papua New Guinea, and they were actually creating quite a good atmosphere, right? What was it like to play with sort of that kind of support, Farhanah?
I mean, for the first time, this is honestly it's a history for us. I mean, for the first time ever, we have that amount of supporters come to spectate us, to support us, to cheer on us. It made me, honestly, it made me a bit having a side of a pressure. But at the same time, I feel like, oh my God, I can't believe my country come down to support the women's soccer. I can't believe there's 2,000 amount of people know about the soccer in Singapore. Someone is supposed to be women. So I'm like, wow, it felt so heartwarming. And sometimes, mini moments for myself, I feel like I'm in a concert. Having to play for them, like, woo! It really feels amazing. I really love the moment there.
Izzati, what was your experience like of it?
It's the same thing, just like Farhanah just said. And I feel like for myself, every time we go for competition, it's always overseas. And sometimes over there's no live. So it's very hard for our friends, family to watch. So, and then for us to help this Tri-Nation series, I think it's really a good opportunity for our fans and families to really watch and they can see oh wow, my daughter has been training every single day. And then oh wow, finally I can watch them play and her team play, and wow, and they will understand and can see the progress in women's football.
Oh, I'm getting quite emotional. No BS. I'm getting quite emotional listening to that.
Yeah.
Got the hairs standing up a little bit because you mentioned the fact that your family can come down and support you, and they know that you all are sacrificing so much in training and all that, and they finally get to see you play for the national team.
Yeah.
Actually, Izzati, going on that point about family getting to watch you play, when you went back home after your games, was there any moment where maybe your parents put you aside and said, I'm proud of you, this is what you've sacrificed for? Any moments like that you want to tell us about?
A bit, but mostly they will just talk about the game itself as a team, what have gone wrong and what can be better. Yeah.
Asian
much.
parents, they're not Asian
Yeah,
parents. They're not
they don't
going to
show.
come out and hug you.
But I
understand.
know
Farhanah, what about you?
they lucky.
I mean, yeah, my siblings came down to support me. And then when I got home, my sister was just like, "Oh my God, Farhanah, I'm so proud of you. You know, you get to play at first level. I can't believe you get to play first level." It's a normal cheering, support that I receive from my family. Yeah, other than that, yeah, like what Izzati said, we just can't talk about the games, like what could have been done better. Like, Farhanah, why you do this? Farhanah, you do that? But other than that, it's very good to have all these comments because we don't have it. When we play overseas, we don't have it from them, so we don't know what they feel. We always only know from each other, from coaches, just like that. Yeah.
Well, it all started off really well. In fact, the first game against Seychelles, you all must have enjoyed the experience. Scoring all those goals and a big win as well.
Right.
Anybody want to step in? Don't worry, I don't want to go. Izzati and Farhanah,
Okay.
I
can go.
Yeah, go for it.
I think like it's a good start, right? It's a good win, 6-1. 6-2.
Yeah.
It's a great start to the Nation series, or I could even say that it's a great start to our SEA Games preparations. Because we before this we haven't been playing match. We only play among us. So to finally play, this is our first international match for this year, and to get this win is really a good start. Yeah, and then everyone deserves to celebrate this achievement.
Yeah, it is. It's a good, honestly, it's a good start for us to even win, to have a win in home ground, especially after a long time, and to show to the spectators what we are capable of as a team and what we have been training for. Our sacrifices, all our effort have been showed up in the set. Everything has been shown, and we glad that we really show that result to them, and technically trying to say that we are something. In Singapore, we are something. We are not nothing. So there's no point, looking down on us where we can actually build something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the satisfaction from that 6-2 win must have been so immense, right? Just hearing both of you talk about it and proving people wrong almost. Then moving on, the second game was a narrow 1-0 defeat to Papua New Guinea. But you touched on it there, SEA Games preparation. That's what this is all about, right? So in that 1-0 defeat, what did you learn heading into the SEA Games?
And then, personally, to me, honestly, during the game, because we didn't know how Papua New Guinea is, or how they play and everything. We only knew they have they are technical quite good and everything. So all our team is just trying to get our head in the game and trying to be as faithful as possible, hopeful as possible that we have to trust each other. So even with the loss, honestly, to me, I don't feel like it's a loss. Honestly, to me, I feel like it's still a win because we did manage to try everything that we can. We put each other's trust in all the game that we played throughout the 90 minutes, plus the 5 minutes extra time. We really put all our heart in and tried our best, and we almost managed to at least put in a goal, but unfortunately it's off target. But at least we get to have a shot on goal, for that game. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah, it was quite interesting actually to watch. I was watching that game and watching both the games, but to see sort of a structured kind of style of play, and you all trying to play out from the back and trying to progress the ball through the lines and all that was really interesting to see. And coming up against a side who are ranked a lot higher than the Singapore team, so it must have been quite an interesting challenge, Izzati.
Yeah, but we were able to hold them throughout, until 70 plus minutes, where we conceded a goal. But it's not a pretty goal, but it's just some mistakes there. Yeah, but at least we were still able, and then we also tried to attack and get into their penalty box even. Yeah, so I feel like it's really a good achievement for us. And also, however, the team still need to learn how to be better technically, and every training matters to us. Every training is a learning process for us to really prepare ourselves better, tougher, to prepare ourselves better to meet tougher teams like in our SEA Games groups in Thailand, Myanmar, Laos. We need to really it's time for us to really challenge ourselves train.
Was that the big message from Coach Stephen Ng coming into the Tri Nations? Was it always about preparation for SEA Games? What specific message did he tell you approaching those two games?
Izzati, you want to go first? I mean, for what I know, throughout our training, coach has been always been instill us like a lot of values, like disciplinary values, respect and everything. So I think all of this matters. And when we bring together all from training to game, and also like he always keep on telling us, do not give up. Like the whistle blow, whistle don't blow, just play. Like whatever it is the graphic division. So we just have to don't give up. Nothing is over until the last whistle blows. So I think that desire that from him and his faith in us is really put a lot of effort. Like he believe in us a lot that we have to, come in and show him that we are something also. Like don't because we keep on changing coach over time, and it's so tiring. And we have this coach Stefan come to us and have put in a lot of faith in us, and it brings like a lot in me, and like trying to say, oh my God, we can do this. We can actually do it. It's not that we cannot, we can actually. We just need that support from our coach to have it in us so that we can really do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. I mean, Izzati was eager to say something as well. Here's your moment.
Okay, I mean, like, I agree to what Farhanah said, and also because he also mentioned that to always take one game at a time. To just focus on one game at a time first, and also take these matches, any kind of matches, as a learning friendly game for us to execute his game plan.
Yeah.
And with that, it can help us to prepare the SEA Games also lah. So every time, every matches, even reading ourselves also, just take that as friendly for us to really execute whatever that has been trained lah by him. And for him himself, right, he isn't really looking for the result. To him, result doesn't matter. As long as the process of us playing and also whether can we execute the game plan and also like our formation shape be together lah. We execute together as a team, not individually, but of course as a team. But if we get the result, it will be like a bonus lah for all of us.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Because that kind of brings me to the next thing I wanted to ask the both of you about. You mentioned, the formation, you mentioned the playing style and the tactics and things like that, the game plan. How has the playing style sort of evolved under Coach Stefan? Izzati, you want to take this one first?
Yeah. For me, because every time we been changing coaches, right?
Yeah.
So I believe that different coaches have different philosophy and like playing style. But like under him, he's very optimistic, and like also we felt that we are much more bonded as a team because like he just love and he always encourage all of us to just come like bond together as much as we can, including the officials also. So the team has grown to be more confident in holding the ball, like building up play from the back. Like don't rush the game. Don't force the pass and stuff like that, and also trying our best to keep possession, and like we keep possession until we had a chance to create a scoring opportunity lah. So under him also, our defensive block like has improved lah. Like we defend together as a unit.
Farhanah, what do you think of the new style? Is it a system in which you enjoy playing in?
Honestly, his new style to me is very sophisticated, but yet simple. Against like Papua New Guinea or like maybe a slightly tougher team, maybe we can execute, maybe we cannot. But it's still sophisticated, so we might not know. But his play is very simple. It's just like what Izzati said: play off on the back, play to the side. It's just very simple play. Like do not have that like those penetrative pass, but don't force that pass. That kind of stuff. Yeah, it's very very fun to play under him because he's a very simple guy. Honestly, yeah, as a winger myself, I love his play because I receive a lot of balls. I managed to run here, run there. Like I feel my stamina under him improve a lot. I mean, it really do. And since like last time, now I'm like, whoa, I can run 70 minutes non-stop, no cramps. He really put in a lot of effort in the style of play he's trying to instill in the team. Yeah.
For me, it's fascinating to hear both of you talk about Stefan's tactical approach, but I also want to understand him as a man manager. He comes across as a very good coach who gets along well with his team.
As a woman manager in this case?
A woman manager or player manager, shall we call it that? So is that true of him, that he's as good tactically as he is man management-wise or player management-wise?
To be honestly, he's very good with his work. He get in touch with us a lot. Like he always asks individually. It's not as a team. But to me, I think he goes along well with the team, especially as women. You know, you can't. It's so difficult to see men and women have that connection. But with him and the team, we really have that simple connection that it's like a father to us. Like we can really just explain what we feel, or just tell him what we don't like, what we like, and he really understands. And his understanding is like I understand, and we try to work better on that. You know, it's very good to have understanding coach and someone, a voice in the team to help. You know, the women's team, the whole team to speak up for us. You know, it's very good to have that kind of coach.
Excellent. I mean, there are a couple of personal things that we want to get into with the both of you, but I'm going to move those questions down because since we're on the topic of national team and we talked about the Tri-Nations and now we're looking ahead to the SEA Games, I kind of want to focus on the fact that this will just be the 5th time that Singapore will have a women's team at the Southeast Asian Games. So how excited are you to represent Singapore in this competition? Izzati, why don't we start with you?
Oh my God, like when we finally find out that we finally told that we are going to like participate in the SEA Games, I was like, oh my God, that's what we want. What? It's something different for us. And it's like, it's our first time after like 19 years. And like, yeah, I'm just so happy. Like, there's no words to describe how, you know, that's like really, really, it's very proud moment for women's football, especially.
Yeah. I mean, at first I was in disbelief. I was like, really, man? Are you sure? You don't know what? I mean,
fake news.
Yeah, like fake news. Are you sure? Then when we hear the Straits Times comes out, the SEA Games information comes out, I'm like, oh my God, it's really true. And honestly, I said a bit. I was like, oh my God, for the first time in my life, I think in the SEA Games, you know, and it really feels so amazing to be in a spot in the SEA Games. Yeah.
I think in 1985, Singapore actually won the silver medal in the women's football. It was a round robin tournament, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Are you all aware of that?
You're showing your age. You're showing your age here, Rosh.
Hey,
I think I'm still a fetus.
I'm starting to.
I wasn't even born in 1985.
For clarity's sake, I was born in 1985. That was my year of birth. Okay, so now everybody knows exactly how old I am. This fella calling me uncle, this, uncle, that, all.
I think the news must be too fresh for you, like that's why you can remember. For us, we have to like really go back to the and search.
You need to really dig deep into the archives. All right, looking ahead to the 2022 SEA Games, right? You touched on it there earlier. Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, all in the same group for you guys. Thailand, Myanmar, especially, you come with good pedigree. How big a challenge is this going to be in the SEA Games for your team?
I can't deny it's definitely going to be like a tough match for us But if we keep together, if we really focus and keep together as a team to challenge every ball and also to attack and defend as a unit, I feel that at the final VC, I believe that we can show and display a good performance, and also it's a good exposure for the team in participating in the SEA Games
Yeah, I mean, it's so important, right? The fact that you haven't been in the SEA Games for a long time and then you get a chance to now participate. To me, it's just also about growth in that sense. I mean, Thailand, for example, have played at the World Cup.
Exactly.
They play at the World Cup. They compete regularly at Asian Cup level. Myanmar also, I think they were at Asian Cup, right? I mean, Farhanah, what do you know much about these teams in terms of players and all that? How aware are you of the quality?
I mean, of course, we all have watched the Women's FIFA World Cup, right? And we already identify the fantastic players that have been, playing for them, for the team. And knowing them since under 19 is, some players are familiar, some players are not. But I think their build up is very, very, very good. That Thailand, oh my god, I think I should like give them a round of applause, man. To be playing alongside with them, I feel like, oh my god, it's a dream come true. It's like, can you imagine playing alongside with a FIFA ranking World Cup
of
player?
course,
Like,
yeah.
oh my god, it's really amazing to be even against them, you know, to show them that we are going to be against you, man. Come on, show us something, you know. We're going to show them something too. So yeah, just very, very, very excited to be going against this like very high ranking team, because we're going to show them what we are capable of.
Not long to
Fantastic.
go as well. The excitement is not long to go, because I think there's under 30 days left for the SEA Games. And in fact, women's football will kick off slightly earlier, if I'm not wrong. So it's really not very long for you guys to go toe to toe with these big teams, right? And we talked about it there, the SEA Games. After, I don't know, Rosh said 1985 or something. After very many years, there's a women's team representing Singapore at the SEA Games, and that's progression, right? That's a step in the right direction. Does that give you fresh hope, fresh belief that Singapore football is going places with the Tri-Nations and then now the SEA Games? Are we moving in the right direction?
With the coverage and with the media coverage, with the help of our media coverage, with, for example, Adina, with support of our manager, connections, coach Stefan especially have a lot of connections. I believe that with this, a lot of steps, it's a milestone for us. Honestly, I feel like it's a milestone that we have actually reached, and we can reach furthermore in the future for our future generations, for under 16, under 19. I think it's very, very superb milestone for them to even you know be in the Singapore team, because I believe that with the support coming from us, they are gonna go a long way. We are gonna go a long way. Yeah.
Izzati, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, like it will be a good startup for our Singapore women's football lah, and also to encourage the younger girls to participate competitively in soccer. Like because when they participate and competitively, like they train hard, at least they know that okay, they want to be part in the Singapore team, and also like so that at least they can to participate in the SEA Games also.
Yeah,
there's a end goal there, because in SEA Games there is a major competition or any other competitions lah, and also like with the help of the FA, right, which organize the Tri-Nation, really help the national team to prepare the SEA Games better. So I hope this competition, right, will be held every year for any age group, not only for the A team, but any age group, for them to prepare for any higher level competitions.
Yeah. I mean, that preparation, you're absolutely right. You bring up a great point, which kind of brings me to something that I was thinking about and I'm quite looking forward to. Is I've seen that there's potentially a women's league coming up, because I've seen on social media the likes of Hougang have a team now. They've just announced Lion City Sailors. I know have a team. And when we spoke to Ernie previously about it, right, and Nurhidayu, one of your teammates as well, they mentioned the need for regular football for women. So how excited are the both of you with the potential of this women's league that could be happening?
Oh my god, of course I'm so excited, because like I've been waiting for this thing to happen, you know, like not only like national, but also with club level, like of course. Yeah, and I'm sure all of us are really feeling the same way lah. Yeah. Because we also want to like compete with our own team.
So is there already some rivalry here, Izzati and Farhanah, between the two of you?
We were teammates, okay?
Oh, okay,
and RP, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but now, but I mean, I don't know. I'm hearing from the grapevine that you might not be teammates anymore. So I don't know. Like, whether I don't know. That's just what I heard. That's just what I heard.
I mean, we obviously have chemistry in a field lah. So against or together, you still have chemistry. So.
Okay, for my understanding, there's a lot of excitement about the Women's League. I don't want to be a downer or whatever, but with the Women's League resuming, that then becomes full-time. That's more frequent. And then you have your full-time job. How big a challenge is this going to be, balancing both for you guys?
It's a lot. I mean, currently, I know all of our the Singapore team, we have a lot of students, working adults, part-time students, full-time students, you know, all these full-time moms. Yeah, it's really, I feel like it's a big of a challenge. And speaking from an experienced ex-student, I just graduated. Me and Izzati just graduated, by the way.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's I think it's a bit of a challenge to juggle like school, work, training, and then back to school, work and training. You know, the tiredness that we handle is beyond explain. We cannot really explain the tiredness. You know, every time we come to school, hey Izzati, you not tired? Yesterday you come training, today got training again. Then all we can answer is yeah. Are you tired? We can answer yes or no because we are not tired. But because we love the passion, we love the sport. So it's very, very difficult to explain our tiredness. It's just that when we go back home, all we want to do is sleep. You know?
Yeah.
The only thing that we look forward to. Yeah, so I think the amount of the juggling and everything is inexplainable. Yeah, it's very hard to explain.
There's an immense amount of respect for all of you and the things that you all go through to still continue to pursue your passion in the game of football and to want to like achieve things in it. It really is incredible. Honestly, it's amazing because like you said, it's not a full-time footballer. You know what I mean? You still have other things that you need to do. So it is absolutely outstanding. Really have a lot of respect for both of you and for all your teammates and for all the women involved in the football scene here. I want to now move it along very quickly because I think we're running out of time as well. We want to just get a little bit more of an idea about the two of you behind the scenes, you know, your footballing journeys and stuff like that. So I think, Izzati, shall we start with you first? Why don't you tell us how you got into the game and, you know, how you sort of your game has sort of developed and now you are where you are playing for Singapore?
Okay, I started playing when I was 8. Yeah, when I was 8, I started to play with my dad, with my siblings, and haven't stopped playing soccer since then lah. So I basically grew up loving the game and also the beauty of the soccer. So at the age of 10, when I was participating in the JSL Arsenal the league, right, I was called up to train with the FAS. They one of the team. But when I came down for the training, and then I ran down, I trained with them, but only after the training session, my dad went to ask the coach, what is the name of the team? Oh. So the coach was like, it's a FAS U16. And I was 10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 10 years old. So my dad was like, but Izzati is only like primary 4. Yeah, she only 10. So the coaches was like, but she got the height, she got the size and stuff like that. Capable to play and stuff. And my dad was a bit worried. And he looked at me and said, okay, let's try again. Let's try for a few trainings. And I keep going until I went for my first trip with the under 16 when I was primary 5 to Philippines, Manila.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my dad told me, don't be disheartened, okay? If you go there, you didn't get to play. Don't be so sad. It's okay. Just take there. It's a learning experience, like exposure. But surprisingly, all the games, I was the first 11.
Oh, wow.
Okay lah.
Brilliant.
So moving on from okay. So after that I was in Queensway Secondary School. Yeah. So I was able, before I graduated from Queensway, I was able to help the Queensway to achieve champion for the first time. Yeah, after a while. Yeah. So and then after that I got ACL. I was out for about 2 years from soccer. And then I slowly worked hard, climbed back, and just until now. Yeah, even though with schoolings like from ITE to poly, you know, like I still
Brilliant.
Respect.
Brilliant. I love this level of insight. Farhanah, your turn now. I'm so excited to hear your story.
I started off with my sister. My dad, of course. I mean, it's always to be someone in the family that plays soccer, right? So my dad joined Gombak United very long ago. I'm not sure how long. Yeah, there's this Gombak United team, and then he played as a keeper. Then he came back home with a broken elbow, fractured. Sorry. So he punctured out like that. Oh. Yeah, it was so bad that he got bandaged, fracture and everything. So I was like, from there I got to know soccer from him. And then my sister played in her secondary school days. And then that's how I met Coach Sajid. Coach Sajid was one of the coach for Bishan ITE last time. And then I would just come down to support my sister, water girl, bring water everywhere. and then my sister like, Farhanah, come bring water, you want to play or not? And then I was like, I don't want to play. Then Coach Haji like, come, just play. Then I got no boots, so I just play with shoes, shoes with muddy shoes. You run, you sleep. I mean, that's started from there. I have that interest in soccer. And then moving on to my secondary school life, my mom really like, mom last time, like, Farhanah, don't join soccer. You have injured here, injured there, then you come home late, don't want. And then I'm like, okay. So I just listen to my mom, tak ada restu kan, they say. So I just listen to my mom. Then one day after, I joined uniform group last time. So NPCC for life. Then after that, I told my mom, like, can I at least once, like, just join, and then I proved you wrong, like, I can do something. I have the interest in soccer, so why not? So I joined in Sec 2. That's how I met Izzati in the CD division game. Yeah. That's how I met Izzati. Then we played against each other. Then I was like, oh my god, Whitley and Quincy cannot meet. Quincy will always win. So yeah, that's from
rivalry.
Like very long ago. And then I met a few friends from Bowen. That's how I met Emilia, Ida, all these friends. And then I got to know that there's this thing called ball picker. Yeah, so
Raushan's favorite job. He always do that.
So yeah, from when I was 14 years old, at going to 15, I met my friend Haris, and his mom is the one that handle all the ball picker, all the kids.
Yeah.
Then she was like, do you want to? And I was like, okay. So from there, I ball pick until I was 16 years old. And then I got my first boot from Rahan Rahman. I remember.
Wow.
He signed my boot. He was playing for Lions 12 last time. Very old. Very long ago. Yeah, I supported him. Best right back ever last time. I was like, oh my god, he signed my boot. And fortunately, my feet size same as him last time. So it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's from there.
Sorry, that's funny to me. Sorry.
Rahan,
carry on.
Hear this? I'm so sorry.
Rahan Rahman, you got the foot size of a young girl last time.
16-year-old.
I was
16-year-old.
Yeah. No, but it was the boot lasted until like recently. Until then, the soldier saw. So that's from there. I met a lot of like friends, and I managed to join in when I was 17, 18 years old for under 19. That's how I get a lot of experience from them. And I just got to know that at that I was like, oh my god, football is just not a hooray thing. You can really do something with football. You can make a career out of football, and not just a win or lose thing. It's a legit competition or tournament thing. I didn't know back then, but now I know. Yeah.
Brilliant. Wow. Raushan, excellent.
That was so fascinating. I mean, the whole reason we do this is for us to get to know you two better, as well as the listeners to get to know you two better. And I think you have given us such great insight into how hard it is to get to where you are and how much more you want to achieve. So it's been really fascinating. Thank you for sharing all those stories. Ross, shall we move it on to the fans' questions?
Let's do that actually. We've got like 7 fan questions. So they're not really directed at anyone in particular. So I'll just go through them. And the first one is by Ethan Low, EATNLOW. This is a question about the crowd. Does the crowd affect the team either in mood or performance, etc.? Anybody can step in and answer.
I feel when we step in, when we see the crowd, maybe before that, when we know that it's going to be a ticketed sales for tickets, right? And then like we usually like confirm there's people watching us. Yeah. So we really feel a bit nervous, pressured. But then when we see the fans at the stands, and also with the words from the coach to just focus on the game. Ignore the people at the stands. Just focus on us, play the match. Okay? So I feel that from there we ignore. Of course, it's nice to have them, but we have our own duty.
Yeah.
We have our own main objective, right? So let's meet. Yeah.
Farhanah, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, with that lump sum amount of crowd, I feel honestly, the team managed to really handle well. I was like quite shocked actually. I thought that we would be very panicked or we would like be very kanchong, as they say in Singaporean level. Like, oh my God, we cannot do this, we cannot do this. But actually we can. And with the help of Lions Brigade, the one that take a lot of the
drumming.
oh my God, they really put in a lot of like spirit in us. Like, oh my God, they were louder than us. We have to like really shout at each other, scream at each other. But the support from them really help us along the way. Like in the game, it really motivates us a lot. With that, even the narrow loss 1-0 defeat, we still feel like, oh my God, they're still with us. So we won't be as where we are now, you know.
I love how you said Lions Brigade and they play their Dung Dung Cheng.
How to describe that as the drum thing?
Lion dance or what? Dung Dung Cheng.
I mean, I don't know how to describe it.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's so good that the fans turned out in droves to support all of you, and it reciprocated, right? Because you enjoyed it as much as they enjoyed cheering you on. Let's move on to the second question. This one's from Tenket, who might be familiar to you, definitely familiar to Adina, but we haven't played international matches regularly in the past. And you mentioned there earlier how much that did for you. So how important is it to do this going forward regularly, to play international level games?
That's why when every time we train, because before this we don't have any match, right? We only play among ourselves. That's why coach always say, even if it's our own teammates, don't be scared to go hard. Always go hard. Don't be like so scared, like, this is my teammate, I don't want to inject her. No, still give hard. The 50-50 ball also still need to go. Okay? If you're not sure, if you can't, okay, play back. Don't be so complacent just because they are your friend or they know their weakness and strength. That's why you can go easy on them or something. Don't. Still give your 100% at every training, every matches that we play among ourselves. That's why I feel that when we had the opportunity to play with the other country, we could also execute the same thing, same game plan, same mindset also. So I feel that's how we are able to play and perform well.
Yeah. On top of that, I also like to touch up. Coach always emphasize on whatever training always put in a game mindset. Game mindset. So passes must be solid. Everything must be solid. Shooting all must be solid, because that's whatever we put in training, that's what we're going to put in match. So I think with that type of mentality set in us, it's really built us a lot when it comes to like international matches, because we know that it's nothing different. It's just a different opponent, but same concept. Yeah.
Excellent. Nice insight there into the importance and the value of playing international football and what it means to these players. The next question we're going to move on to is from Harish. Harish, what do you think should be done to get more young girls into football? Open to both of you. Anybody can jump in.
I think for now we have this organization, the government body, which is the Active Energy Football Academy. I think with their support in football also will bring in a lot of future younger girls to even join in the under-16 international team, because they have been having a lot of programs in all the 12 stadiums across Singapore, like all the AFA programs in Clementi, Choa Chu Kang, and also we have like experienced players that become coaches, like what's his name? I forgot his name. But like all these coaches also become players. Like Irvi, for example, coach for the Harizan, all these coaches also do like those AFA Girls Academy, so that they can bring the development, the women's football development up, then further up the pyramid to us where we are now. So I think with their help, we will be able to gain a lot of girls around Singapore to join.
Izzati, anything to add?
If not, we can move on.
You don't have to. We can move on.
You don't have to. We can move on.
Okay, the next question is a bit more fun, lah. No need to be so thinking back. It's about you. So Sandra Farcio, hope I got your name right, asking, what's the most memorable moments in your career as a pro footballer thus far? We'll start with Izzati.
The most memorable for me is when I don't know, you get to travel. I feel that when whatever that you have been practicing, doing trainings, you are able to execute successfully with your teammates, and that the performance are really well done lah. Not although the result may not what we want, but as long as at the end of the final whistle, we can walk off from the field feeling happy, satisfied. I feel that's really the best moments lah. Yeah.
Farhanah, what about you?
For me, the most memorable experience is when we able to play as together as a team, united as one, regardless the result. We still, like what Izzati said, that we walk out the field feel very, very proud of our own country, of our own results. And the other one is honestly the match against Myanmar back in 2017, 18, 16. I don't remember. When we were in under 19, we played Myanmar. It was so heavy over at Thailand, Bangkok. Remember Izzati? Then I assisted Farah. Then Farah get to score against them. I was like the first ever. We scored against I think Myanmar team. So not right, it's in Myanmar.
Yeah.
It was a heavy downpour, but we still managed
Bangkok
against them. Yeah, Bangkok. That was a memorable game for me.
Hey, y'all are so nice and so sweet. And when you talk about your memorable moments, y'all talk about your moments as a team.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to me because I think if you ask most people memorable moments, they'll think about, I scored this and that. I played here and that. But for both of you, the answers have been the memorable moments we spent together as a unit, as a team.
We bond.
Yeah.
The bond that we have.
We've been training a lot with each other. We share jokes. We make jokes out of each other. So I think we're like family already.
Oh, it's very refreshing. It's a very refreshing answer. We move on to Skarks. And I think y'all have actually kind of answered this during the chat earlier, but I'll ask his question and I'll ask the both of you if you have anything else to add. So Skarks has asked, we've seen improvements, but how much more needs to be done so the progress can go further? Is there anything y'all would like to add to this?
Yeah, I think with the Women's Premier League coming up, it helps a lot in individual development to technical wise. I think it helps a lot in our future. Was that international matches for individual of us, like all of us in the team. And with, like Izzati said, if you instill more of international friendlies coming over in Singapore, I think it build up a lot of confidence in us and really have growth in us in the long run.
I felt like Izzati had something to say. No?
Yes.
Yeah? Go.
Be professional. Be a professional player. It means at least semi-pro for the national team players. So at least it will really help us to really focus solely on football. Football abilities. Because right now, what Farhanah said, that some of us working, some of us are schooling, and some of us even full-time wife, a mom, and stuff like that, right? So we always rushing from places to places, and because our training at night, so by the time we reach our training places, we are already feeling tired, lethargic already, So it's really hard for us to give 100% focus. Not that we are not giving our best, but if we were to be professional and just to focus on football, we can really do whatever we can. We will be better, Yeah. So just like the men's team, right?
Yeah.
So and also with that, also we can at least have a proper nutrition needs, proper recovery rest, because all of that is actually important for us.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
To be better athletes. Yeah. So
That's
a
very valid. Yeah, that's a very valid suggestion, and may the forces that be make it happen in the near future. But moving on to the next question, which ties into what you said, right? Wanting to become semi-pro and having to juggle many things now. This one's from Sharizal Nor Zaha. What is then your source of motivation in football and life now? What keeps you going to juggle everything, manage long hours, and still do so well on the pitch? Izzati, perhaps we start with you.
Passion. I feel like since I already started this since I was 8, let me finish it. I was injured, right? ACL. I had back-to-back ACL. So, of course, when I had that injury, I was demoralized. Because I have to deal with 2 injuries back-to-back. And then oh my God, should I go back to play? if I go back to play, I'll be injured again. Then injured again, I have to go through all these long rehabs, right? But then again, when I like sit down and watch my friends play, I was like, damn, I miss these games. I don't want to be on the sidelines. And then I was like, okay, let's give it up because I already started. Let's try again. And this is something what I want, like no matter how tired or I have so many things to do, like I really enjoy it. It makes me happy. You know, it really like every time I step into the field, I really forget everything. Like I forget whatever like happening in school, my studies or like whatever problem.
Yeah.
I come back, I'm so happy. I get to play with my teammates and stuff like that. So just keep me going lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Farhanah, your turn.
Yeah. On top of passion, I think I would also like to keep on the growth in Singapore because I feel like if one of us give up, what happened? Like why? Why you give up? You know, we are going somewhere. So finish it, man. You know, think of others. Don't think of yourself. Like you do this because of you, yes, but also do this because of those behind you, like under 16, under 12. They are looking up on us like, oh my God, I want to be like them. Imagine if one of us just give up and then they'll be like, oh my God, why did they give up? Then what am I supposed to do now? You know, so we have to, to me, honestly, I just want to build the growth in Singapore. I feel like we can go somewhere because right now we are somewhere, but we can go further ahead in the future. So there's no point giving up now. You took an open.
I think that was my goosebumps moment in this podcast. Really, honestly,
I mean, there have been a few. There have been a few. To be fair, there have been a few.
Honestly, that was an excellent answer, Farhanah. Really, honestly, mad respect to the duty you think you believe you serve, and you certainly do for the younger players. It's immense what you just said.
Wow. Okay, we have one final question. First of all, thank you all for staying with us. The two of you for staying with us for this long and for giving us such great insight. Really appreciate it. Farhanah, does the name Fira sound familiar? Does the name Fira sound familiar? Maybe like I don't know. Anyway, this anyway, this person, whoever it is, this person, Fira Ruhaizat, hint, she's asking, who is Farhanah's favorite sister?
Why?
To clarify, do you have just one sister or do you have?
No, I have three. I'm the second. So my Zafira is the first one. She's the eldest. I'm second. Then I have Jana third, and my last one is Ifa. So I mean, she asked me that question. Honestly, I have no other answer to answer. Ifa, I mean, it's always the smallest one that, you know, always protective. Also, you know, I have to protect her every day. So, but of course, the champion one is Fira. So, yeah, she's like the shield of the family, protector of the family. So, she's the best. She's the best of all.
There you go, Fira. I hope Fira has gotten a satisfactory answer. And if you're not happy with that, you can go and deal with Farhanah at your family gathering.
You lock the room.
Don't fight.
Izzati, don't worry, we won't put you under the spotlight with regard to that.
Where's the fun in that? I thought we can ask her for her favorite sibling.
No need. Okay, I think we should wrap things up. Raushan, you wanna send us away?
Definitely. I think it's been immense having the both of you. Thank you so much for spending so much time with us. And honestly, the time has flown. And I'm not kidding when I said you gave us more than one goosebumps moment covering your journey through the game and what you hope to achieve. We hope the fans, listeners, and viewers enjoyed watching this and learned from Izzati and Farhanah as much as we have. Do continue to subscribe and share the content. We'll keep delivering the good content. We'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.